could also be a good way to just like spread the word and outreach to people outside of our community. We never got to this question, so
all right, well, we going on to Mercedes?
Do you want to contribute to that?
Yes, on the question how can PrEP empower sexual freedom and health across different communities? You know, honestly, I think it really begins with stigma. I think if we make PrEP normalize it, it won't be so bad. Like, you know, at first, oh, nobody's trying to attack me. But now we normally get a COVID test. Now we normally get a COVID vaccine. I think we need to normalize PrEP a little bit because honestly, in the ETE, which is the ending epidemic, this country has a plan. And the plan, right? It's supposed to be there. I believe in it. I do. It takes a little bit from all of us in order to become true. Number one, everybody who's negative on PrEP. So everybody who doesn't have HIV already, they should get a PrEP normally, like they get a vitamins, like they get on any other type of like normalized medication. Number two would be that everybody who is positive get and stay on antivirals. So they actually stay adherence to their medication. They don't miss it, they just kind of like stay with it, or you make it normalized. And we encourage people to do that. And it's simply we want about testing. And testing in the sense that everybody who doesn't know this has to get tested, and if you're positive, you put on meds, and if you're negative, you put on PrEP. I know it sounds like a lot, but sex is a big responsibility. And so these days, in this age, it comes with taking a medication. And if we can all do this, HIV can be over, its new infections can be over by like 2030. That's the plan. But I'm going to move on to the next group. It's group 2, group 3 right here. And I'm going to give it to Alina. Okay. Introduce yourself and where you're from and answer the question.
My name is Keneen Matha, and our subject was PrEP accessibility and inclusion. Before I began to say what we unpacked at this table, I want to first thank the people who did this event, all of the people who created this space for us to come together. You're working really hard, and we see you and we appreciate you. Thank you so much. The first one would be strategies that can ensure PrEP reaches all demographics. So one of my friends who is of Asiatic direct ancestry, she always said to me that we should always make sure that people have multiple tools in their toolbox, present the information to them, and allow them to decide if it's best for them. And so, you know, I lean into holistic care, and so PrEP is definitely a tool that I think will work for people in their toolbox. When I was a younger girl and I was doing sex work, there were Caucasian men who I were turning dates with, and they had PrEP, and they had PEP. They had it years before we knew anything about it. And we were getting infected, and they were taking their pill and keeping it moving. And so that was what was going on with my tricks. Like, I was wondering why they was ready to raw dog me, why they were wanting to get into raw dog, because their insurance and their primary care providers was getting them that PrEP and that PEP. You know, that PEP is in 72 hours. If you come in contact, they'll get you right together. And that PrEP, it prepares you for the journey, the road ahead. But, you know, because I heard what Empathy said, and that's my brother, sister, my daughter, son, baby, we're whole ones. And I heard what she said, and I want to just like piggyback off of, we understand their frustration at her age, you know, being out there in the streets and feeling like we need to be able to use all of the avenues. Like, and so when she said loving yourself, that spoke to me because that's a part of it. Like, PrEP can be a form of loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? For some people who are not there, your PrEP can be that form. If you don't have a discipline to make different choices, then hey, you got PrEP. You know, so let's not, you know, push ourselves away from any of the options that we have to keep us safe and so that we can keep others safe. Thank you. You want to add something, Reese's Cup?
Sure. Positive? Okay. Eric, yeah? Eric had a really good one on making sure we talked about